White House correspondent and co-author of 2024, How Trump Retook the White House and the Democrats Lost America, Tyler Pager, former Ohio governor and MSNBC political analyst John Kasich, and former Democratic senator from Montana and MSNBC political analyst Jon Tester. Tyler, okay, what happened with this decision? Because Donald Trump had heard from Brooke Rollins. He seemed to be the agriculture secretary. He seemed to be pretty perceptive to this complaint from the ag community that it was going to be a big problem if raids continued on farms. But then all of a sudden, after a day, he was right back to allowing raids on farms and hotels and restaurants. What gives?
Yeah, I think the whiplash we're seeing from the Trump administration is emblematic of the divides within the Republican Party over how to both fulfill the president's goal of mass deportations while also protecting critical industries, many of whom are fervent Trump supporters, who are fearful that the raids would impact their ability to do their jobs and even broader impact the country's food chain, for example, with the farmers. And so I think we're seeing this play out as Trump is oscillating between these two ideas because he has pressure from both sides. There is fervent MAGA supporters led by Stephen Miller who want aggressive deportation efforts. They want to increase what they're already doing. And then these interest groups led, who are lobbying Brooke Rollins and others who are saying, if you do this, we're going to have major issues with our businesses. So I think Trump is trying at times to have it both ways. And there's just a general lack of clarity of exactly which policy they're following because of this whiplash.
Yeah, and it's interesting because just like with the decision on Iran, this is dividing the coalition. And I just wonder how long he can keep it. The coalition is so uncomfortable in many places. How long can he keep it together? Senator, tell me what it means for the ag industry if they lose this workforce.
Well, you don't get the work done, and food is perishable. If it stays out in the field, it loses its value, and it loses its value very, very quickly. So it not only affects the profitability of the person that's the farmer, but it also impacts food security. It impacts the food that's on the shelves and potentially has the potential of driving up prices, in this case for vegetables. But the bottom line is the work has to be done, and somebody has to do it. And right now, a lot of it is immigrant labor. And I think if this speaks to anything, it's the fact that we need an immigration policy in this country where folks can get in line, follow the law, pay their taxes, learn the language, and be able to become citizens. Because right now, it's so screwed up that we've got a president that just wants to boot everybody out. When it started out, he was going to get rid of people who had committed crimes. And that crime wasn't entering the country illegally. It was actually a major crime. And now he just seems to be going in and just kicking everybody out. And it's going to have major impacts because the workforce isn't going to be there.
I think it's interesting that you bring up immigration legislation, which has been tried in the past, never comes to fruition. But I wonder, Democrats running again for 2026, 2028. I wonder how you think, Senator, they should start framing the conversation on immigration, because Donald Trump very much won on that and is still winning on that. I mean, when it comes to the border, certainly less so when it comes to internal immigration enforcement. But Democrats didn't have a winning message on that. You mentioned staying here, path to citizenship. Then you also mentioned learning the language. Do you see that being a part of this, that maybe if the Democrats start introducing legislation on immigration, that there needs to be a component of assimilation embedded into it?
Well, yeah, look, as Ronald Reagan once said, what makes this country great is our immigrants. Unless you're Native American, your family lineage immigrated to this country. My grandmother did. She was from Sweden. I never heard her speak Swedish in my life. She was very proud of the fact that she was American and she spoke English. And I will tell you that we don't have that kind of ability to allow immigrants to be able to get in line and follow the laws and pay taxes and become part of America. I mean, and the truth is, it's costing this country. And the longer it goes on, the more it will cost. And the longer we have somebody who's coming in, who's in the White House that just says, hey, we're just going to boot everybody out that doesn't look like me, that's a problem.
Governor?
Well, look, I think if the Democrats want to talk about this effectively, stories always are the best. And so, I think what you're seeing here is when they overstep, Katie, it's mean. I mean, Americans, by and large, say if you committed a crime, you got to go. I mean, if you committed a crime when you were here, you got to get out of here. If you have a history of criminal activity, you're going to go. But I don't think Americans want to take some farm worker who's out there, working hard for his or her family, trying to support, living in the community, paying some taxes, which they currently do. And I think whenever they yank these people away, it looks mean. And I know on the channel, they have had stories of where they were doing things that people said it just went over the edge. It was mean. And those things were reversed. In terms of what's happening with Trump now, there's a battle for his soul with one group of people in the cabinet administration versus another group that's outside, is political. At the end of the day, as president, you got to make up your mind what you want to be. And I think his best approach is to say, if you have criminal activity, you're going to go. If you've been law-abiding, the fact of the matter is we're not going to send people out. And I'll bet you'll see less activity of going out and trying to find these people in restaurants and farms because, as the senator knows, being a senator from farm country for a long time, those people aren't going to be able to do their job, and it's going to not be good. And so I think when you couple the immigration issue with the tariff issue, it doesn't bode well for him. So what I would say is for Democrats, point out meanness. If for Republicans, I would say get the bad ones out, the rest of them, give them hope for some kind of decent future.
Let me just give a couple numbers here. 44% of farm workers were undocumented, according to a 2020 National Agriculture Worker Survey. Not just that, the American Immigration Council back in 2022, analyzing U.S. Census Bureau data, showed that 48 million immigrants generated some $1.6 trillion, a lot of money, in economic activity. Tyler, what is the chance that this work is going to be done by American labor?
Yeah, I mean, that is what these industry groups are saying, and what farmers are saying is that the work is not going to be done by immigrant labor. I've talked over the years with farmers around the country who have told me, look, we always prioritize trying to hire American local workers to fill these jobs, but a lot of these jobs are intense. They require a lot of hours, and they're physically demanding. And so they're just not able to fill those jobs. And that is what I've heard over and over the past week, as these industry groups and farmers have been lobbying the Trump administration for relief. And the whiplash has caused a lot of panic. And some of it is, even if they're not doing enforcement, what some of these groups and farmers are saying is just the fear of enforcement has made it so that some of these workers aren't even showing up to work. And that's further contributing to some of these challenges.